thing. I'm
I
getting
saw
good
that today. I did. I don't even understand what a handicap is. Like, what is that? Okay, so in a nutshell, what is a handicap?
That's about like what I shoot average over par.
Okay, that's
so
average. So like if you're a 2 handicap, you should shoot 2 over par.
you usually shoot 2 over par for like
That's
18
what that
holes.
means. I've never had any idea what that means. Okay, cool.
But based on like, there's like weird formulas and calculations behind it. That's what's awesome about the watch I have. Like it looks at the slope and the course rating and figures all that stuff out for me, so I don't have to do the calculation.
Nice.
So, because like some courses might be easier from the white tees than another course, like Magnolia, or I feel like it's going to be tougher than some of the other courses we play. So like the rating was
Right. Okay, I get it. I've just always wondered that because people always talk about handicap. I'm like,
yeah,
oh dear. Oh,
but like I'm a 25 now. It's gonna be still kind of terrible,
but it's 25 for 18 holes. I mean,
yeah,
it's not bad.
It's not bad, no. It's
That's
about
like
where I want. Like where my goal is about.
Like a bogey and a quarter. I mean, that's well.
Yeah, that's about where I want to be. Like 27 over is my goal because on most courses you break 100 with a 27 over. So that's usually what my goal is.
I mean, you got nowhere. Just keep, like somebody said on Instagram, just keep practicing, man. You'll
right.
Hey,
but then like, how it helps though too. So like my brother, actually, I just passed him. He's a 26 now. So when we play, it's like a 1-shot difference. So like if we're playing against each other, like I should give him a stroke based on our handicap, to make it fair.
You're like, just hang
on.
I'm
going to start giving Bob strokes.
That's it. Yeah, give him a Bob stroke. All right, Jeff, hang tight until we get down to the news and I'll open up the phone lines. Okay. Let's get going. Let's see here. Got the news up. There's only 2 stories this week, so we'll get a cracking. What does Riley have? Okay, she has a bone, so she doesn't have a squeaky toy. Oh, but I see the birthday cake.
I worry about Oliver a little bit. He might scratch at the door. Hopefully it won't pick up.
It's all right. We got dogs. This is how it is. As long as it ain't Ricky's dog. That dog.
The back to school photos too, man.
Hey, look. I'm Ricky's dog. Look.
You just need a collar with a Mickey on it. I don't know why it's Mickey. Why isn't it Daisy?
I can't help it. Yes, we do need to have a little putt BOGP mini golf thing. Okay.
Oh yeah, we do.
So actually, I was hot as a firecracker last time I played mini golf, but I'm usually a terrible putter. I do not know what got into me that night. It was like the Cardinals. The last 6 games, dude, were hot as a firecracker too.
Dude, the Tigers almost got a perfect game on them today.
Not the Cardinals.
No, the Tigers though. Indians. It went 7 2/3.
The Indians, okay, because I saw somebody for the Indians had a perfect game.
It was so close. I was
getting on my watch. I didn't know who they were playing.
Yeah, it was us.
We play them like in a couple.
Cabrera is like 1 away from 500. So like I've been watching a lot of games because I want to see it when he hits it. And then of course like we had a horrible game today. We gave up like 11 in the first 3 innings. It was just garbage.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, here we go. Well, hey, everybody. Happy Sunday night or happy Thursday. If you're listening here on the podcast feed, this is the BOGP Open Line live here on Facebook and YouTube. Just search for the Be Our Guest podcast and you will find us hanging out on Sunday nights at about 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, where we're going to take your calls here over the next hour as soon as we get through the news. Of course, I am Mike Rallman, host of the Be Our Guest podcast, and you can check me out on the socials at Be Our Guest Mike on Instagram and Twitter. I hope you follow me this week. I'm just saying, it's going to be a big week. It's going to be fun. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers. This is the year of uncertainty, right? We'll talk about it in a second, but I got to get my buddy introduced. He's your friend. He's my friend. He is a bachelor for the weekend, at least for the next few hours up in Michigan. We have Scotty G. Hashtag Scotty G. What's up, Scott?
Hey, Mike. Hope you've had an awesome weekend. Yes, I'm a bachelor tonight, which means I'll probably be in bed at 8:30.
That's right. You said, I was like, so what'd you do? I mean, I know you played golf this morning as you do on Sunday mornings quite often, but then you're like, yeah, I cleaned the master bathroom. I'm like, what are you doing? You're home by yourself. The girls are out and you're doing that. What's going on? I
wanted them when they came home to see that I actually did something and I wasn't lazy all day.
It's called, scoring the spousal points. That's exactly it. Yes. I did this all weekend. What do you want? You guys were having fun up in Mackinac and I was just working like a dog, here. So anyway, what's going on in your world other than just playing some golf and hanging out up in Michigan?
Just enjoying the weather. It kind of cooled down a little bit this week, which is real nice. The weather's been really perfect. Usually that means it's a sign that summer is close to wrapping up, which I hate to see, but that means college football is on the horizon, so can't go wrong with that.
Amen. 20 days till our first game. I cannot wait. MIZ. We're gonna have a big year, and hopefully, Michigan State turns it around up in the Big Ten. And because who knows what college football look like 5 years from now?
I mean, it's going to be just one league.
Exactly. Yeah. So again, just college football. That's what
it's going to call it the NCAA. There's going to be no conferences.
Okay. Well, let's get to the news of the week. Of course, we're getting the news over at themouseforless.com. I'm going to tell you about a story that's about space because that's my jam. Scott's going to tell you about a story that's about Christmas and tickets and pricing. And then we're going to open up the phone lines and get your feedback on all of these things. Of course, Ricky writes these articles over at themouseforless.com. Space 220. She says, is it finally happening? It's like, she's been asked that question over the last 18 months. Is the restaurant Space 220 finally opening at Epcot? Well, it certainly looks like it is. This table service restaurant that is themed after a space station can be found adjacent to Mission Space is now scheduled to open in mid-September. Good timing. We'll be down there about that time. This is after lengthy delays for numerous reasons that include construction delays, the pandemic, and more. Space 220 is slated to be an incredible dining experience. It's going to be insanely immersive, Ricky says, as guests will dine to space during their meal. To start with, guests will be able to board space elevators that will transport you 220 miles above the Earth to the Centauri space station. As you begin your ascent, you'll look down through a viewport to see Epcot shrink away. Looking up, you'll see the space station come into view. During your meal in space, you'll dine with panoramic views of Earth. Viewports found inside the restaurant will give you a real-time perspective as you travel high above the planet throughout your meal. Disney also shared a TikTok video from inside the restaurant, so you can check that out over on their TikTok page. And let's see here. What do we got about the food? It says that it's got executive chef Mark Kush. I wonder if he's related to Carmel. Has created a menu for Space 220 that's going to feature stellar dishes. Look what she did there. For lunch, there'll also be a 2-course prefix meal, and there will be a 3-course prefix meal for dinner. There will also be unique beverages ranging from fine wines to atmospheric cocktails and more. Space 220 will open in September, just in time for Walt Disney World Resort's 50th anniversary. The restaurant will be operated by the Patina Group. And we don't know when reservations go on sale, but I would say, or go open, ADRs open. But I would say soon. So for when I read this, of course, we've kind of had a good idea of what's happening here with Space 220 for the last 7 years or so. But what it reminds me of, and I don't know why I have this on the brain, but this reminds me of what is the bar on the cruise ships, on the Fantasy and the Dream? Skyline.
Yes.
The Skyline, right? You sit at the bar. The backdrop of the bar is actually, for a while, it's going to be like Paris. Then it might be, Tokyo, then it might be New York City. And as you go through, it's like you're looking outside the cruise windows and you're watching the world go by, but it's all simulated. It's kind of that. I mean, of course, it's going to be bigger and round and full.
Yeah, the scope of this is going to be way bigger than that. But I kind of see what you're saying, though. Yeah.
I'm guessing it'd be kind of like if you took Animator's Palette on the cruise ships, but put even more screens all the way around 360. Okay, so you mix Skyline, Animator's Palette, let's see, Canada and Epcot, get some good food, and then you have Space 220.
Those atmospheric cocktails, like that. Like, I'm curious, what are those drinks going to be out of this world or something? What, like,
probably cost
be awesome.
World. The price will be out of this world.
The price will be out of this world.
No, I think maybe they'll be like, hey, what can we? What didn't make it over at Oga's Cantina? And let's move on.
Right. So we don't have pricing, right? Like, what this is going to look like, but like, how on a scale of 1 to 10, how pumped are you? 10 being super pumped.
I am super pumped on this one because space is my jam. I worked at Space Camp, always worked at, helped to open the Challenger Center here in St. Louis, and it's always been my thing. So I'm not kidding. I went down when Mission Space opened, because that was during 2003 when I was working at Space Camp. A bunch of us went down there for the grand opening. That was pretty awesome. I'm not kidding. I have 7 Space Camp flight suits around the house in various closets. I could totally, roll in and just look like I'm, fresh off an orbiter. I mean, I doubt it looks to be hot, but not cool. So anyway, I'm excited for it. I think that the ADRs for this restaurant are going to be insanely hard to get, but if you don't get them for opening day or your first trip, I doubt it's going to go away in the next year. So we'll get in there eventually, but I hope we do get there
for sure. It's kind of funny. Like, I've been trying to get a Topolino's ADR for when we're down there for the 50th anniversary. Can't get one. The Marlesso was kind of like, Well, Topolino's won't be the hardest to get ADR anymore now that this is online. That's a true statement. I feel like this is going to be the hardest one to get these days for a long time.
Yeah, because to me, this is the most cruise ship experience. And that, that's what I've said this over the years when I talk to friends about just like why I like the fandom so much. It's because I'm not a movie guy. I just like the whole logistics of everything. But it is so funny to see over the last decade how the cruise ships have changed the hotel rooms, the cruise ships have changed the restaurants, and vice versa. Things have gone both ways. But I think the cruise ships are a great kind of incubator for things like this, because a cruise ship has to be immersive, right? I mean, it's like a captive audience. It's once you build it, it doesn't go into dry dock often. And I think that this is very much a cruise experience. It's taking you out of the whole theme park. I mean, the space elevator is supposed to transport you right out of Epcot. So that's going to be pretty sweet.
That's going to be super cool. Yeah. Can't wait to try it. Hopefully it'll be soonish. I'll be eyeing ADRs like a hawk. And like, this is going to be one of those where like the food probably won't even matter. Like, I hope the food is still good, right? But it's going to be all about the experience.
So the teachers down at Space Camp when I worked there, they always got so excited because we when they checked in, just because it was Alabama, right? It was in Huntsville. And we always put moon pies on their, because they stayed in these dorms at the University of Alabama, Huntsville is where we housed all the teachers. And that's where I live too. And we'd have to put moon pies on their beds when they checked in. So when they got to their little dorm room, they had a moon pie. I remember I had to go to Walmart and buy like just boxes of moon pies this one time. But I don't know where I was going with this, but you're talking about the food. I hope it's not something like astronaut ice cream, because everybody gets pumped up like, oh, I got to have astronaut. That stuff is gross. It's just dehydrated gunk. Ugh.
Yeah. So hopefully the food I know it's going to be all about the experience being in that, that surrounding, but hopefully the food will live up to it too. Can't wait to try it.
I think it will. And shout out to Nicole, tuned in down in Sydney. It's Monday morning, and I know you guys are still in lockdown, but we're thinking of you. And we're not in lockdown, but we're hanging in there too. We're all doing the best we can right now. The world's crazy. All right, Scott. So you want to give us the story about Christmas?
Yes. So Ricky has another news article surrounding the details and pricing for Disney's very merriest after hours. And I love Christmas, and I love after hours.
That is your jam. I love Christmas. Not so much a night owl anymore. More of a morning. But yeah, what can you do?
So are you ready to celebrate the holiday season? This year, the Magic Kingdom won't be holding Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, but instead, it'll be offering Disney Very Merriest After Hours. The event will take place at Walt Disney World Resort on select nights from November 8th through December 21st. So big window there, Mike. Yep. The limited capacity event will last from 9 p.m. until 1 a.m. Woohoo! 4 hours. This 4-hour hard-ticketed event will include most of the aspects that make up Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, and there will also be some perks of a Disney After Hours event, which is perfect for me. I love both of those events. So smash them together. That's what I'm talking about. So here's what's included. An actual Disney parade, to quote Ricky. Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time Parade. Once upon a Christmas time and Christmas.
That's exactly right. Gotta make sure you know when it is at Christmas.
Yeah. Exactly. And then now it's going to be stuck in everyone's head now.
Exactly. Dude, that song is insane. Thank you.
And it just loops on forever. But I love it, though. It's fun.
I used to play that on Magical Mouse Radio. And I'm like, oh, no, turn down.
Yeah. I remember just like sitting there with like the Forcers one year. It was actually like cold, too. So it was perfect. And man, like, I was just like, if I hear that line one more time, it's fun.
Too. It's an earworm. Yes.
Yeah, it's good. Anyway, so the Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time Parade will take place during event nights and will include favorites like Mickey, Minnie, toy soldiers, gotta love them, and the big guy himself for sure, Santa, and many more. There'll also be an opportunity to see 2 different fireworks shows. Guests will not only be able to see the brand new fireworks spectacular Disney Enchantment, which will transform Cinderella Castle into a beacon of magic, but they'll also be able to see Minnie's wonderful Christmas time fireworks. Now, that's really cool, Mike. This seems like it's going to be a lot better than what they're doing for the Halloween ones, if you ask me.
Yeah, I had this kind of discussion / argument with Ricky that I thought that they may add a fireworks show to the Halloween to the Boo Bash, because like you're doing fireworks at this point anyway. I mean, it's like, well, it's money, but I mean, they're charging insane prices, and I don't think fireworks are prohibitively expensive. And I think they would get a lot of good PR if they had a fireworks show.
Yeah, we'll get to that in 1 second. Just to get a couple highlights, there's going to be the attraction overlays like the Jungle Cruise, which is always fun. It'll be the Jingle Cruise. Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor is going to have some new jokes in addition to a lot of our other favorites that will be open, like Space Mountain, Dumbo, Big Thunder, things like that. Looking to dance the evening away, there'll also be Club Tinsel Dance Party in Tomorrowland. I love those. Those are always kind of fun.
Yep.
As far as food is concerned, guests can enjoy complimentary snacks like ice cream novelties and popcorn, seasonal treats, and select bottled beverages. That's where it kind of mashes up the after hours events, which I like. But I would like to play the game, like name that price game with you, but I think you already know the price, Mike. So the tickets range from like $170 to $230 per person.
$249 on December.
$249 on the 19th and 21st.
You can even get to the expensive ones.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So it's steep. I will say I will be down there. You might be down there too for the end of Wine and Dine.
For Wine and Dine, like, oh my gosh, you're having a party while we're there for Wine and Dine. Like, nope, I'm out.
I actually extended by one night to leave on Wednesday so that I can get a shot at the Tuesday party because it's a little bit cheaper. And then the first night might be kind of crazy busy. You know, everyone wants to do it. So I am actually going to shoot for doing this because I love Christmas. I love the after hours, and I just want to do a hard ticket event because it's been so long. I know that the price is outrageous. I'm going to have to get a part-time job just to do the event, but I'm willing to take one for the team, Mike.
Okay, here's the thing. I've been thinking about this since they came out. Okay, and this is going to shock you because as I've kind of tried to process this, because that's the first thing we heard. Like, I didn't even know the party was like on sale, and Ricky already sent me a text like, "Oh my God, did you see the prices?" I think she sent it to all of us, like Pam and everything. And I hadn't seen. Here's the thing: like, as I think about it, yes, the prices are high. However, and I don't always defend Disney on this kind of stuff, and I'm not really defending them. But here's the thing. If they're going to go outrageous, which these prices are pretty dang close. I mean, they're high. After hours events, I'm kind of fine with because while the park is going to close a little bit earlier, it's not affecting me if I don't go to the party very much. And the whole point now, here's the thing. If you're charging somebody $250 a person for a 4-hour party, because if you have a family of 4, that's $1,000 before tax.
$1,000
for 4 hours. Okay. So
$250 an hour.
$250 an hour. So the thing is, they cannot oversell this. I mean, if you're going to have insane prices, that's fine. But what you get for that money has to be extremely high value. Like you have to have, I'm talking like 15 minutes or less on the attractions. But I mean, they're pulling the stuff people like, the parade, the fireworks. I mean, that's the stuff that, I mean, when I've told people about going to Walt Disney World for Christmas over the past, say 5 years, as a travel agent, I say, here's the best way I picture Disney World at Christmas. It's like walking through a 3-dimensional Christmas scene, like in a movie or like a postcard or like a Christmas card, because you have snow on the buildings projected. You have snow on Main Street. You get to see a parade like you would see in an old classic Christmas movie. You get to see, Christmas fireworks, Santa Claus. You get hot cocoa and cookies and stuff like that most times. So, I mean, this is this is for the ultimate Christmas lover, which I am.
Yeah.
And I can make a choice. I can go down and still have a fun vacation, and it isn't going to hit me as hard. But if I have the opportunity, I just sacrifice somewhere to do this. I mean, if they're going to charge crazy prices, after hours are fine with me.
I'll give you like what my opinion is on why I'm going to do it. So I love Christmas time at Walt Disney World. I just love it, But the problem is with my dates, I'm going to be there for Wine and Dine, and I'm probably not coming back till Marathon. So that's going to be like my only time down there, So like if I had like a trip booked in December where I was going to be able to be in the Magic Kingdom more during Christmas time and like the other parks, like I might skip it. But the fact that that's going to be like my only chance to really get any Christmas like at a Disney park. So I'm going to pay the extra more. I mean, that might not be for everyone's situation, but that's why I'm going to do it. I just want to get in that Christmas spirit before I leave. And then I'll be back for Marathon.
But you know what? That makes a lot of sense, right? I mean, because for some of us that are everybody in here probably that's listening to the feed, here on Thursday, or you're, here joining us live on Facebook or YouTube, you're probably a huge Disney fan if you're tuned into this show. I mean, we got that. So you like the Disney aspect. And I think a lot of us, there's like in the Venn diagram, a lot of us are in both circles where we love celebrating holidays. That's kind of part of the deal. In Christmas, I think this year, because last year, a lot of us didn't even get to celebrate with family and, like say stuff in your community. Maybe you didn't have like a church lighting in your town, or you didn't have your pageant at your church. I think, again, that's kind of how 2021 has been. I think that's why we're having issues, because everybody's coming back so hot because we missed so much. I really can't blame people a ton because like you missed out on summer vacations. Everybody wanted to go on vacation this summer. I get it. I mean, I was the same way. I'm still the same way. So I think that's it. It's like, oh my gosh, I actually get to go back and see a Christmas parade and get to have, snow on Main Street. I'll pay it. You know what? People are just like, I didn't get to do it. I missed it. I'll pay it this time.
Disney is killing me though, man. Like with Run Disney, I got a Wine and Dine race registration and a stay. I got a Dopey registration and a stay. Princess registration's coming up in a couple weeks, so I'm looking for that and a stay. Now you throw in this Christmas party, like I might as well just have my payroll like direct deposited to Walt Disney World right now.
For real, it's like you got to lean on your mortgage or something like this. It's called Disney, like
But it's a cost savings for me. If I wanted to get my Christmas fix and go in December, just think how much that's going to cost me. I'll fork over the extra for the party.
And that's why Scott's a Disney fan, because look at that. He just justified. It's so much cheaper to go to this $170 party.
And then instead of booking another stay and more airfare.
Yes, we all get it. We're here to encourage people.
I'm excited. I'm happy to. I'm sure there's probably going to be some more lizards doing that too, right? Because of Wine and Dine. Like there's going to be probably a bunch of us wanting to do that night.
Oh yeah, because and the thing is, there's lizards in the chat right now saying prices are outrageous, and guess what? I'll see him with a Mickey Christmas hat on and walking into the Magic Kingdom during Wine and Dine. I'm telling you, that's how it goes. I just said I'm not going. Watch.
Okay. Tell me when you want me to book your ticket. Tell me which day.
That's exactly it. Remember, I was just going to run. I just want to run one Run Disney race just to see what it was like. I'm just going to go one time. Just one. Yeah.
So I was funny. I was listening to an old like 2020 like live check-in show, and you and Alfred were talking about like collectibles and how like Alfred loves to collect things, right? Vinylmations, you name it. And you're like, I steer away from that. I don't collect, and I'm thinking like, Mike, you collect Run Disney medals.
I do, okay, but that is the thing I collect because I have a memory with it. Every one of them, I have like.
I was just messing with you. I just thought it was funny. Like, yo, you have a very expensive collectible. That brings Disney medals.
I promise we'll open up phone lines in 5 minutes. Here's the deal. I wanted to ask you about this though because it came out 50th merch.
Oh
and
yeah,
it looks cool, but I just kept telling myself, I'm so glad I'm not a merchandise guy. Like I could take it or leave it. I don't care. Like there's nothing I need. But I know a lot. They're even bringing back Vinylmation. Speaking of that,
right?
Those are the weirdest things. They're everywhere for like 5 years.
I still have a checklist though. Like I want the pin. I want to get a couple shirts.
See, I figured you wanted something, and I just kept telling myself, like, God, I'm so glad I don't have to worry about that. I'm just gonna go down and not even sweat. If I don't get anything, I didn't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't like dated merchandise usually, but like for this one, I feel like you got to get some dated merchandise. I don't know, Mike. I'm probably gonna get some.
More power to you. I mean, it'll be worth something down the line. It's a lot of work. Okay, so one last thing. Boo Bash. We've had one, maybe more.
I think there's been a couple now. Yeah,
because I was watching the coverage of the first one because it's everywhere on social media.
Yeah.
What did you think from what you saw? Did it live up to the hype? Would you have felt like it was worth it? Do you think if you would have been there?
I don't know. Like I think the Christmas party is more enticing because of like the parade and fireworks show, as opposed to what the Boo Bash was. But I just love Halloween, and maybe in the September, parties or the October ones, I might find them more interesting. But like it's hard for me to get into Halloween and seeing photos in September, So like to me, like it's just not worth it because it's August. But
here's the thing. Okay, so I think there's a term, and I can't remember the name of the term. Like it was in my mind. Apple did this thing years ago. Maybe it was a computer. It was a technology company. I think it was Apple, but it might have been like IBM or something. Anyway, what it was they had their current computer on sale, right? In the market. And then they did a press event and talked about their next model of the computer, how much better this next model was going to be.
Yeah.
But it wasn't coming out for like 6 months. Okay. So what happened immediately to the sales of the computer that they had at the time before the new one came out? So nobody bought it, right? They're like, dude, I'm not buying that computer. So for 6 months, their sales went to zero.
Yeah.
Because, and I don't think this will affect Disney as much because people have set travel dates. They'll go to the party when they're there.
Yeah.
But when I like with the announcement of the Christmas party, it makes the Boo Bash not look quite as enticing because of the fireworks and the parade. It's like, oh, that one's a lot better than Boo Bash, even though you get to trick or treat, but I mean, they're two different holidays.
Yeah. Halloween is just fun. Like just Halloween in the parks at night is a lot of fun. I see Lori's going to one and like, that's awesome. Like if my dates, I will say this, Mike, if my dates worked, I would be buying, because I love those hard ticket events. So I would totally do it. And that's why sometimes I worry about the first night too. And that's why I don't want to get the first Christmas nights, because sometimes, they might be missing a step or two. They're trying to figure it out, but I'm sure the event is going to be awesome. And for anyone going, I'm really jealous.
Oh no, they're tons of fun. But yeah, they're different events. You're right. And like Jeff says, they're a little bit cheaper for the Boo Bash, and because you don't get fireworks, you don't get parades, but it'd be nice if it popped out some just bust out a fireworks show. They got it. Come on. They did one the other night for last night. I think they did one. Was it Snap-on Tools? They had a private event in Magic Kingdom.
Let me ask you this. Not another news article, but I saw it. I actually saw this too. I'm trying to be more hip to what's happening in the news. But did you see the Harmonious little tease with the soundtrack?
See, I didn't listen to it. I saw it. I saw a dude singing into a microphone, but I didn't want to hear it yet. I'm not ready. But we're so. The thing is, I can't decide if I want to be spoiled on it. Yeah,
it's not really that spoiler. I mean,
I didn't think it was, but I was worried. I didn't listen to it because oh, dude, I'm not turning on the sound because I'm not sure. And
even the littlest thing would be spoiler, but I will just say, I mean, it's going to be epic. I felt this way with Happily Ever After when they did the same kind of tease for that, and I'm just and you and I agree on this. How are they going to top Illuminations? How are they going to top that soundtrack? But
I know. We'll see. Somebody mentioned this online too. 407-413-9395. Give us a call. We'll get you in here because we'll keep talking. I keep saying in 5 minutes, 5 minutes every time. So if you call in, we'll stop talking about it. But here's the thing about Illuminations. It fit perfectly with World Showcase Lagoon. It was a non-IP, just about celebrating the world kind of soundtrack where, as far as we know, Harmonious ties into all these Disney movies, which
it does. So not to be too spoilery, but if you watch that video, there is a lot of IP in that. But I'm sure they're going to smash it together, but is it just going to be another Happily Ever After soundtrack?
You don't say smash together. I want something better than smash together. I know. Come on, it's Epcot.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Have faith.
Yes, I do. I do have faith. It'll be great. I'm sure. God, I hope. All right, we have our first call of the night. Who's joining us?
What's up, Mike? It's Jeff.
Hey, what's going on, Jeff? Welcome back from Disney. How's it down there?
Good. Literally was there for maybe 24 hours.
That'll work. I mean, hey, it's 24 hours more than Scott and I've been there this weekend, so you win.
Sure.
Yep.
So yes, I went to Food and Wine, did the meals fromage montage. That was actually really good.
The what? Really wait, the meals fromage. Wait, what is that?
So it's a thing they do every festival with it running the back to back. I guess the passport. If you get these 5 things, you go to Serene Sips and you get a free surprise, whatever.
Oh, okay. It's like that cookie thing at Art Festival of the Arts or something.
Kind of, yeah. My mom really liked the pig ear salad. Okay. I didn't try it because it sounds disgusting. But yeah, she seemed to really like that.
It sounds good. I'm sure you and your mom have a great relationship. Yeah, Mom, that thing's disgusting, and she loved it. That's great. No, I would try it. It sounds like bacon to me. I just say it's bacon is what I would say.
But we actually ended up getting a couple 50th merch. We each got the normal blue shirt with Mickey on the front and everything.
I like that one. I like that shirt.
40. I got the $40 Magic Band. They're gone. And then we each got the annual pass exclusive 50th T-shirt.
Okay, that's the white one.
$30-something. Yeah, so it's white and blue. And
now I hope you didn't see that press release that they're going to stop. They're going to deactivate all Magic Bands on October 1st, right? You didn't see that? No, just kidding. I'm just playing. I'm just joking with you, Jeff. I'm just playing.
Either way, man, I still wear that around town.
That is a pretty sweet looking Magic Band. But, I like it.
Yeah, and I was like, it's $40, but I'll take it. And I heard, I don't know if it's a rumor or not, but I heard that I guess the day on the actual 50th, they're gonna re-release merch that they sold on the actual opening day. So I plan to wait in line about 5 hours for that.
Dude,
that's what they should be doing. That's what they should be doing.
They should be doing it, but that would cause a riot. I mean, there's certain things you cannot do for the safety of guests themselves. They say you put something out from like Polynesian shirt from 70, dude, people would kill each other for stuff
know.
like, I mean,
I like the limits they're putting on it too, though. The two
I do
per.
like that. Yes.
They need to do that more often.
Yeah.
I would just love to see more of like a decade thing where like, all right, so from October and November, we're going to do 71 to 81. And then December to January, we're going to do 81 to 91. Like, oh my God, how awesome would that be?
That's a great idea. That make you want to go down all year.
Yeah, it's going to make me buy more airfare.
Well, that'd have to be at least once a month trip for me. Which I already do that.
I'll say you're there more than I go to Taco Bell. You're always at Walt Disney.
You're going to be like our personal shopper here in a minute.
That's exactly what'll happen if you had that promotion. There'd be websites everywhere. Like, okay, I'm shopping for you. It's June. You need 60 stuff. I'm here.
But only limit 2 though.
I had a friend I even had a friend when I posted a photo of the 50. They're like, if I Venmo you money, can you buy me some stuff?
Oh yeah, we got to watch it though because they have those limits, which I'm glad because that way at least everybody's going to get a fair shake.
Yep.
Yeah. I will say at least today at Epcot, the crowd was pretty low till about I would say 1, and then it still wasn't even crowded. It was really low. It was really nice. We walked the whole World Showcase. We were on Frozen for 20 minutes, which I thought we were going to get walked off because we got stuck at the part where Elsa sings Let It Go for about 3 renditions of Let It Go.
Yeah.
I mean,
that happens.
Horrible.
Yeah, I mean, I think that parents though, just you flash back and you just think you're having a flashback to when your kid was 6. I mean, that's how I think. It's just that song played on loop all the time.
I wonder if it was slower in the morning too, because like Epcot's like to me the easiest one to hop to, and that's the one I kind of want to go to at night.
Yes,
I think people are booking their Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom Studios days, and then they hop over later in the evening. I think is what happens a lot.
See, that's what I was thinking too. Like that's my thing, but like I booked the reservations like Friday afternoon, and I couldn't get anything. So no park was busy.
Gotcha.
So what do you think about the parties?
I haven't. I won't do Boo Bash. No. I've seen some stuff, and it's not the same as the Halloween party. I don't know if I want to pay that price for the Christmas after hours. That's just insane.
You would have to. Okay, so it goes 9. I think Scott said it goes 9 to 1 ish. Like that's generally the times. 4 hours, but you do get in at 7, right? I mean, without a theme park reservation, you can go in it early and ride some rides. But even 7 to 1, 6 hours, man, you'd have to be. I hate to say this, but I mean, you almost have to be like super efficient in getting a lot of stuff done, which I've started turning into the kind of person that I just like to hang out. I don't even care how many rides I do.
I'm going in, Mike, and I'm getting my spot for the Christmas time parade. Once upon a Christmas time at Christmas.
That's true. Well, I mean, the thing is, though, if you're paying, go ahead, Jeff.
Also, like I was kind of the same thing that my mom did today. Like we literally rode Frozen, 20-minute wait. That was the only ride we rode at Epcot. Parked up to Magic Kingdom to see if they had some extra merch because they were out of the Magic bands at Epcot, but they had plenty at Magic Kingdom. I got the backside of water Dole Whip float, which that was good. We walked over to People Mover, hopped on, got off, and left. We came home.
That's a good day. I mean, you got what you needed, and you had a nice little treat. Okay, so here's the thing, though. Scott meant this is exact. Scott just brought up something about these parties. For what you're paying for the Christmas party, you should not have to fight at all for a good spot for the parade, right? I mean, they shouldn't oversell it at that price to the point where you have to wait out. In this instance, you should be able to roll up 10 minutes before the parade and sit on a curb and watch the parade. I mean, because
that ain't going to happen though.
Probably not, but I'm just saying, if you're paying $179, that should be something that you don't have to waste 25%, an hour of your time to get a decent spot. That's just me. I mean, I think that,
and I want as much hot cocoa deliveries.
Right. Exactly. Like the Cardinals, like we have green seats right behind the plate at Busch Stadium. And like, you have the menu, they bring you your beers, they bring you your hot dogs, your nachos, whatever you want. That's how it needs to be. I'm sorry at that price. I mean, I don't mind them charging a fortune, but you got to get value for
I'm
it.
on the people mover, and like if someone just comes running by, like here's your hot cocoa.
Exactly. You just swing by like whoop. Exactly.
Yeah, I guess maybe I have a little bit different perspective. Like I can be down there in 2 hours. Like you're saying, oh, it's the parade. It's like, but is the parade really worth $170 for me to just see a parade? When I can pretty much see, I will not see everything, but I can see most of all the decorations if I want. Like I can be down there in 2 hours. So I guess it's a little bit different from my perspective. I'm not like getting on a flight or driving so many hours. I guess it's a little bit of a different perspective for locals.
I think it is. I mean, but the thing is too, is, you know, everybody's got their thing, and it's not just seeing the parade, it's being in the environment of it's before the parade, the Christmas carols playing on Main Street with, you know, hopefully they'll bring back the fake snow. And it's just, I mean, like when I've been to the Christmas party in the past, I'm like beside myself happy. Like as a Christmas fan, this is as close as I can get to being in the movie It's a Wonderful Life or something like that. It's just, it's always been worth it. And that's the thing is like right now in August, we're all rah, 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 rah. But here's the thing. When you ask the guests as they leave the Magic Kingdom that night and they paid that money back in August for that ticket or September, and now they've gone to the party and that money was long gone 3 months ago. If you ask, this is how it is on a cruise, right? Cruises are expensive.
I was going to say a marathon too, right?
I've always said in a marathon, they should have the next year sign-up booth like 20 feet past the finish line because you're on your runner's high. Like, you want to sign up again? Yeah, it's $700 this time. Okay, no problem. I mean, nobody would decline.
Just keep the reoccurring charge rolling.
Exactly. I think though, when people leave, they're going to say, I had a great time, because you did have a great time. And I think you disassociate the costs. It's right now that we have the debate. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, and hopefully they do the Space Mountain overlay where they play Mayhem Steamboat and they flash so many lights that it's basically like riding Space Mountain with the lights on.
So you're convincing Mike to get a ticket right now.
And also the best angle for that is if you get on the People Mover. Like I didn't know how close the People Mover actually was to the track until I went to the Christmas party. And they were flashing the lights, and it's literally just a wall, and you can just see the track right there.
Yeah, you are close. I've been on it with the lights. Been on the People Mover with the lights on in Space Mountain. It's a mess, man. I would rather
actually a Christmas party. I was on the People Mover with like Pam and Steve, and then the lights were on. Ironically, it was a Christmas party.
If I rode that thing with the lights on, it would freak me out. Turn them off. I don't want to know.
I'm afraid to put my hands up on that thing being 6'3".
I'm 6'3", man. I don't need a mohawk. It's like, it's close enough. Well, hey, so when are you going back?
We're actually going back the September 19th for our AP preview for Remy.
Nice. That's going to be fun.
Yes.
I didn't get one. I'm just waiting it out, but it's fine. Because I won't be there until the 50th. But, well, actually, I will be there before that. But I'm not going to be at Walt Disney World except for like 12 hours. It's going to be fun. I'm going to talk about that here in a minute. Okay, Jeff, I'm going to let you go because some other folks trying to get in. But thanks for calling and giving your thoughts. We sure appreciate it.
All right. And Scotty G, go Buckeyes.
Oh, dude, a little
hey,
bit.
That's okay. That's okay because, like, as long as you guys keep beating Michigan, that's all good with me.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much a given at this point.
Yeah, as long as Harbaugh's the head coach, yeah, I'm not worried. Awesome.
Right.
Have a good night.
Here, Jeff. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. All right. Yeah. Well, hey, man, it's football season. It's going to be that way all through the fall. People.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready.
That's just how it is. And I'll be talking about how Mizzou had a tough loss, maybe, but that's just how being a Mizzou fan is. All right. We had a call there, and I think it just dropped. I'm trying to see. It was. That's it. With that annoying Skype ring. Hey, who's there?
Hi, this is Alexa, formerly from California.
Hey, I can't say your name because I have a dot here sitting on the desk, but how are you doing? Where are you located now? You said formerly from California. Where have you headed to?
I'm in Minnesota now.
Oh, nice. But it's beautiful up there right about this time of year.
It is gorgeous. I'm actually sitting lakeside right now.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
It does sound nice. I think actually my girls are eating on the deck upstairs too because they're grilling. So,
well, my girls are surrounded. They're on an island right now between Lake Huron and Lake Michigan, so they're winning too.
Everybody's doing better than us. So what's going on?
Yeah, so I know it's super, super late, but I've been catching up on all of the podcasts as we moved, and then I started a new job with a longer commute. And I was wondering if I could share the craziest thing I've done.
Yeah, anytime we go.
Okay,
It's me and Mike. Like, we love crazy.
told
This is
by
the
now,
stuff.
but-
This is stuff we talk about all the time, like via text. Like, did you see that on Instagram or something? Yeah. So yeah, go for it.
Oh, we want to hear it.
Okay, my first one is I have two. My first one's a little snarky, still very appropriate, of course. But I was just going to say that one of the craziest things I've done is I went to Hollywood Studios, didn't get on Slinky Dog, didn't get on Mickey and Minnie's, and didn't get on Rise, and still had a great day.
So let me
Sounds
guess.
awesome.
So you did one man's dream, right? That made the day worth it.
She had the buffalo chicken sandwich from ABC.
Yeah, she had the buffalo chicken sandwich from ABC. That's it. Yeah,
No, we did.
What'd you do?
It was I called about it back in the day because it was crushing at the time, but we got it was when you had to still be in the park to get the boarding pass, and we got one, but then they stopped two before our group number for the day. So we were waiting the whole day and then didn't get on, but we did Tower of Terror twice, and we did we kind of oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the word. Pivoted. We pivoted and did Fantasmic.
Like a good startup, you pivoted.
Yeah. And we still had fun, but I'm almost getting like more FOMO from the podcast talking about it. So I just want everyone to know that if you can't get on Rise, you can still have a great day at the park.
So let me tell you a kind of related story to that. And Scott was there, so he knows. So I had been on Rise like 3 times, okay, because I had gone down for other stuff, races and stuff. And Pam, my wife, had not been down because of the pandemic and stuff. And she hadn't been on the Skyliner. There's a lot of new stuff that she had not done. And one of the things was Rise, right? So what have I been talking about for the last year about how cool Rise is? Like, okay, when we go down this summer, man, you're going to love Rise. It's the most amazing attraction ever. So we tried to get a boarding group. Didn't get one the first day. So I'm telling my wife, I'm like, it is an awesome ride, but it's not that. It's okay. So then the second day we tried to get one, didn't get a boarding group again. Now this time we got a second one. We got the 1 o'clock drop, but then we had dinner. We ate dinner that night at Maria and Enzo, so we had to leave the park. So couldn't ride it the second day. My last day was we were going home that afternoon. So we tried early in the morning, and I'm like, dude, we got to get an early group or else we're not getting on there. So by this point, I was telling my wife, I said, it's not even it's maybe as good as Star Tours. Like it's not really that good. I mean, if we ride it, we ride. If we don't, who cares? It's not the big deal. Because I was scared to death we're not going to get on it for 3 tries, but we got on it. It was great. I mean, but yeah, we had good days at the studios. I agree with what you said. It's kind of about what you make it. But I will say, waiting out a boarding group all day and then not getting on, that's kind of a hard thing to take. That's got to be rough.
It was, and my reassurance to myself at the time was that I was going back to California, and we had Disneyland annual passes, and I would just be able to get on, another time.
Right.
Well, this was February of 2020, so that never happened.
Yeah, that's true.
I have never been on it. But I just wanted to say that because I hear it, and people get so disappointed, and I was too. But I did still have a fun day, even though we never got on during the trip or ever so far. Look at it this way, though. You still haven't ridden it. Like, you still get that first. Like, Scott and I can't have this anymore. We know what's coming. Like, you still have that. And we try never to talk about it here on the show about what you're going to experience. We've been very careful about that. Still are. So you get that. You still have that awesome. Oh my gosh, this is awesome, because it is awesome. I just didn't want to tell my wife, so I wasn't in trouble. So there you go. Yeah, and thank you guys for keeping it spoiler free. Yes. Even, I guess, quote, this late in the game.
We try,
because some of us haven't gotten to it yet.
Good. Okay, what's the other story?
Okay, the other story is that so this was I was in California, like I said, and I ran the Tinkerbell half marathon the last year that it ran, I think, which was 2017.
Yep, that's right.
And I was actually corral A. I should
Wow.
not have been. But if anyone wants to know what that experience is like, that's definitely a crazy thing that will never happen to me ever again. But it did happen for one brief moment.
I will. Okay, Scott, you ran that race.
I didn't, but you're really gonna tell the story.
What story?
I know what you're about to tell. I didn't
know.
run it though.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't know. So you gonna tell a good story? Because I don't know what story.
No. What were you gonna say? What race did I run?
I was gonna say because you ran all those Disneyland races, so I figured you ran that race. But I have gotten Corral A before, and I will just say this, that, and I wish everybody could have this experience because I'm not like I shouldn't be up in Corral A either. Like I run a lot, but
That's
I'm not.
how I felt.
But here's the thing: when you run out of Corral A, it is such a better race. Like because the thing is, for one, like for me, like I have a bajillion people behind me, so I have less. I'm a freak. As much as I run, I still have nightmares about getting swept. Ask Scott. He knows, like the whole marathon I ran with him. We were doing dopey with him and my daughter, Paige. We got to about mile 18. Scott had a broken leg. Paige was getting ready to quit. I was screaming at him, like, we're going to finish this race. I'm going to.
He was ready to cut my foot off. He was going to cut my foot off.
I was like, just give me some, like a bolt cutter. We're just going to cut it at the knee. And we're going to make it in because we're not getting swept. Paige was going to quit. I'm like, you are not quitting either. I'm going to drag you. But the thing is, like, I will say that the couple races, like way back when we did like the Tower of Terror 10 miler, and I think it was a wine and dine early. Somehow I got like a crowd because there wasn't as many runners. But the thing is, there's like less congestion up in the front, and it's just so much nicer, like a whole great experience. Plus, like if you want to get a picture with a character or something, the lines aren't as long because there's just not as many people have gone by yet. And I will say, I mean, I hope everybody gets a chance to do that because it was really nice.
Did you?
Yeah,
did you see,
the Disneyland races were interesting because it's so much smaller, and then the city of Anaheim is just like right there. So it was beautiful at the beginning, and you run through, and they actually turned like the carousel on with the music, and it was great, and I had tears in my eyes. But here's the thing: I was undertrained for that race, and I knew I did not deserve to be in that crowd. So the whole time I'm trying to run as fast as I can, so everyone else is not thinking, why did this lady get to be up here when she's not fast enough? So I really pushed myself once, when we were in the park, and then we got out onto just like the streets of Anaheim, which is not the most scenic, I have to say. And then my race just fell apart because I had been trying to, prove I was worthy, and I just totally wasn't fast enough. And so the mile 10 through 13.1 on like the hot streets of Anaheim were just miserable. Still had fun. Medal was still great. Don't regret the experience. But yeah, that will never happen to me again.
I know.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, Scott. Yeah.
Like,
go ahead.
so I never ran Tinkerbell, and I don't know if I'm like making this up in my mind, but because I've done some other Disneyland halves and other races, but doesn't the Tinkerbell one start in Disneyland? Like it actually starts like by the castle, doesn't it? Or am I way off on that?
We did not start in Disneyland. We started, where did we start? We started really close to like the downtown Disney area, and then we basically went over like the first exit off the highway, and then you go into Disneyland right away.
Okay, kind of like those other ones.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Maybe I had a dream about it or something. I swore like I thought like a Tinkerbell race like started in Disneyland, which would be so awesome if you started like at the castle.
I remember listening to Scopa's podcast, the one they did about running.
Yeah,
there was a race where they said it started like inside the park. And
it might have been like the 5K. It might have been like the 5K.
It stayed in the park almost the whole race.
Yeah.
Like they said.
Yeah, if you did the 5K or 10K, I think it stayed mostly in the two parks. But the Tinkerbell one, you go through the castle like mile 4, right? And I think you're out, and then you hit California Adventure second, and I think you're out of that by like mile 5.5, and then there's just nothing.
It's still fun though, but I mean, I miss those Disneyland races so much. Oh, they're so good.
I never got to do one. That'd be awesome because you know what? Here's the thing: like they ran through the Big A too. They ran like through Anaheim.
Yes.
See, you gotta love that as a baseball.
And they're all 4 were different. Like one you started going north, one you started south. Like I mean, they all kind of ended up like very similar, and they all went through the Big A, but like they were all kind of directionally different, which made each course a little different, which was awesome.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Well, thanks for taking my call. I just have one thing left to say to Mike, which is that you do have to get to Disneyland.
I know. Hey, it's going to happen. Trust me. Because today I was watching a thing on it's called Aerial America, but they were showing like, Anaheim from drone shots. So I'm just like, I got to get there.
Yeah, you do, man.
I will say though, relating to your story, I wanted to throw this in there because I had the exact same thing where I went out too hard. Because at one time, the first time I got the A, and again, I don't know how I got it, but the thing was, I was doing run, walk, run still at that point, right? A lot of us, I mean, that's what we were all doing. A lot of us do it. But the thing was, like, nobody in A was walking. So because I had the thing on in my headphones where it would go, walk, walk 30, walk 1 minute. I was doing 1 minute walk, 1 minute run was my plan. But the thing is, we went, walk. Dude, there was nobody in that whole corral walking. So I'm like, I just got to keep running, man. I can't walk in this corral. So I ran for like the first 5 miles, man. I was dead. Same thing, dude. It was ugly on the back end of that thing because I was not walking because I was scared to death. I was like, well, I guess I got to hang with all these people. Yeah, it was bad news. You got to run you got to run your own race.
Yeah, there are a lot of people in A in that race, if I recall.
I'm just saying. Yeah, it was nuts. Well, hey, Alexa, thanks for calling. We appreciate it. And good luck up in Minnesota.
Yeah, thank you.
All right,
Have
talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
That is funny though, when you get like something like that, because she's exactly right. You just don't want to be the one that's like, oh, he's slowing down. I outdid myself. All right, we have our next call. Hey, who's joining us?
Hey, it's Olivia and Suzanne. We met you at ABC Commissary.
Yes.
Hey,
What's going on? We got that.
Hey.
That was right after our victorious
the golf.
Rise. We got the Rise pass in there, didn't we?
Yeah, we got the second
Oh
one.
yeah, we played golf. Yeah, we
just got done playing golf too.
That's
yeah,
right. Yes, we did. That was a successful day. We got to meet you too. Yes. So how's it going?
Yeah, no, that's still a highlight of our trip.
Whatever. That was cool for us though. We talked about it for quite a while.
Well, we don't really have anything to say. We just wanted to call in and say hey, but we are excited that the Belle of Beauty and the Beast show opened back up. So
I forgot about that. They didn't make the news, so you're excited. We got the magic carpet back in the the old theater next to Fantasmic. So that's one of your favorites, huh?
Yes, I love Belle.
It's a great show. I do wish
it is amazing.
I wish they could go back to, like, I think it was like 2017. Mike, remember when we did this where they would do like Beauty and the Beast during the day, but at night it was like the Pixar show. Remember that with like the live orchestra? I think it was the Grand Floridian Orchestra, and they're gone now. But man, that was so cool.
Yes, that was cool. So
got to go.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say that this is Suzanne, the mom. We got to go backstage at the Beauty and the Beast show a few years ago because the principal where I teach, her goddaughter is friends with Belle. And so we got to go backstage and meet Belle. We met Lumiere. We met the Prince. That was a big deal. That was a lot of fun.
That is awesome.
I love hearing stuff like that because that is the stuff that I think not only you as a guest get a huge kick out of, but the performers. Here's the thing, like with Disney shows, like say like the Little Mermaid show that's not happening right now, but did, Beauty and the Beast, Indiana Jones. I think these great talented performers do so many shows, but I don't know if they get that much recognition, to be honest. I mean, they get to perform in front of crowds all day, but once the show's over, everybody's like, okay, got to go to Ride Tower of Terror, so it's pretty cool probably for them to get to meet some of their fans. That would have been neat for them, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, we were the only ones backstage that day, the only guests who had gone backstage at that time, and I thought we might be among a slew of people going, but no, it was just us.
Just the VIP.
So that was really neat. And I asked Belle, I said, you did an amazing job on stage. I said, Belle, did you have to take dancing lessons? And her friend, cast member who was with her, immediately said, no, Belle is from a small French village. She reads books. She did not take dance lessons.
Great answer.
Well, we did hear later on that apparently she took very few we heard from her godmother that she took very few. And so I was like, well, that gives me hope because I would love to be Belle.
I don't, tell me, wouldn't that be like one of the coolest jobs if you're somebody who would like to perform and just, because the thing is, everybody is, you have an audience that's going to be there every day. You get to perform multiple shows. I just think, when I see these shows, it just seems like it would be so much fun.
That's why I always wanted to be the director on the Indiana Jones stunt show. That's just like a fun role, man.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be so cool.
I want to be I'd like to be the plant out in the audience. That'd be the best, right?
Oh,
the guy
yeah.
just gets drunk.
Yeah.
Wasn't Pelkey the
Pelkey was the director.
Right?
So the time I volunteered, I got picked once, and he was the director. It was kind of cool. So Elizabeth has a photo of me up there with Pelkey. It's kind of cool.
Yes. That is so fun. Let me ask you real quick while I have you on the line. So what are your thoughts on the parties and all the news that's going on, the merch? So what do you think about everything that's happening right now? Just pick one of the topics and give us some thoughts.
Well, I was really excited to see the merch. I told our friends, our neighbors who we were with last time, I was like, they're going down in October. And I was like, if you don't buy me something, I'm going to be so upset because it's just special. It's really special. All that stuff came out and it's going to be exclusive stuff later on. So.
Yep, I agree. Scott, same way. He wants to get his. I just
want to get us something beforehand so I can walk into the park on the 50th with a merch shirt on already. I'm weird like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We were there on the 45th. Of course, that was like not even announced, no big deal. There was really no merch for that except for one T-shirt I found, and so I bought that one T-shirt that says 45th. Because we were there on October 1st for the 45th. So we're not going to be there on October 1st this year, but our neighbors are. So I'm sending them with money. I'm hoping they come back with things I want.
Tell them, you got to tell them, you got to tell them if the line's 6 hours, it's cool. Just stay in the line. I need my shirt. It'll be fine. I need a shirt.
I will say I'm excited to see, I would love to be there to see the people who don't know it's the 50th and they're in the parks and they're just confused.
What percent, Mike? Actually, let's ask you, what percent do you think will be in the Magic Kingdom on October 1st that do not know it's the 50th?
Yeah, right. Okay, go ahead. What do you think? What percentage of guests that day will have no clue what they're getting themselves into?
I feel like I would be in like the 15 to 25 range. I don't know.
Oh, that's high. Okay.
But I agree. I would say I would say it's right in that range. I would totally agree. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Oh.
What would be fun is to be like a Disney fan like we are and to go down there and get a button that says my first visit and wear it and pretend like you know nothing.
I'm totally going to do that on the October 1st. I'm totally going to do that. People will be like, oh, I'm sorry.
But they should hand that out to everyone on the 50th and everyone writes when their first visit was.
Oh,
that'd be kind of cool.
You have all the ideas.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know in my
Well, we were laughing. We can let y'all go, but we were laughing at the fact that y'all said you're going to go in and just go ahead and get your fireworks spot and not move for the rest of the day.
I love that.
Yeah, hey, we know how it is. Like, it ain't our first visit. We know what you got to do, man. It's
yeah.
Like, I'm gonna
as long as we have a food runner, someone who can run and get the food, then we're good.
Turns. Like, I'll be like, okay, tag, I got the hub grass.
Yeah.
Go get some. First, you got to get us breakfast. Okay, so you go back to Gaston's, get some cinnamon rolls and Coke Zeros. All right, it's lunchtime. Tag.
Yeah.
I'll go to Casey's and get some dogs. That's how it's gonna go then.
Yeah.
That's right. That's great. I love that. Bring an umbrella though. You need your own shade.
Yes. Yeah, because who knows what it's gonna be like then. Man, I appreciate you guys calling in. It's been great. Don't be a stranger. We got to talk to you more often.
Yeah. Thanks for talking.
All right, you guys take care. And it was awesome meeting you. Was that last month? Yeah, last month. Seems like it was about 6 months ago.
I'm so sad. Last month.
All right, you guys take care. It's good talking to you.
All right, bye.
See you later. Yeah, that was a good day at ABC Commissary.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was packed though. Remember? Holy cow!
You remember because everybody got their rise groups and the place went crazy like it was New Year's Eve. And then the couple next to us, that old couple was like, "What just happened?
What just happened?"
That would be
they were part of the 4% of the guests that day that had no idea that there was a 1 o'clock boarding group.
Exactly. It was so crazy. All right. Well, hey, that is gonna put a wrap on tonight's BOGP Open Line. Thanks to everybody who joined us here live on Facebook and YouTube. All the great comments in the chat. If you're checking out the show on the feed, thank you so much for downloading or streaming the podcast. No live call-in show next Sunday night. I will be unavailable. Crossing my fingers, I'll be unavailable because I will be on Castaway Key. Sorry. So we'll see. So no show next Sunday. If there is a show next Sunday night, because I'm back home,
You'll be grumpy.
I will be very grumpy.
So let's just not have a show.
Let's just say both ways. We're not going to do this next Sunday night, but we'll do it the next Sunday night. But we'll talk about that on this week's podcast. So thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget, tonight's show brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. When it comes time for your next trip, whether it is Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, even Adventures by Disney, drop by the magicforless.com. Check out all the great trip planning tools right there, resort guides, typical pricing for different seasons, all that stuff while you're there. Fill out the quote form, mention this show. It's called the Be Our Guest podcast, and we'll take great care of you with that. So again, magicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link when you shop online. I have bought 2 things today. I bought a selfie stick. I know it's like it was 5 years ago, right? And I bought pouches for phones, like so you can go in the water with them. So I used our Amazon affiliate link. They're real cheap purchases. One was $7.99, one was $8.99. But you know what? It adds up. It doesn't matter. BeOurGuestPodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you to our patrons. You guys allow us to put all these shows out each and every week all around the world. Couldn't do it without you. And Mike in the Midwest, the bonus podcast for our patrons, will come out this week on Wednesday. So it'll be coming out a day early. So watch for that. If you'd like more information on that, just visit patreon.com/BeOurGuestPodcast. Again, on Twitter and Instagram at Be Our Guest Mike. And of course, Scott is at Scott and at Palm Trees of Disney. Anything else going on, Scott?
No, not much. I hope you, I'm going to enjoy the week off.
That's it. Yes. So anyway, we're going to get out of here. Of course, if you're listening on the feed, you got a good Friday show coming your way, and we'll keep the podcast coming. I promise you won't miss any shows on the normal feed. So for Scott, I'm Mike, wishing you a great Sunday night or a great Thursday. Until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. Boom.
Man,
that's fun.
The connection got really weird for me at the end. Like you were like super slow robot voice, and then you were like 200 miles per hour. So like, hopefully you weren't talking to me during any of that.
That's the good news, that I go directly to the computer, so it'll sound fine.
Yeah,
so,
awesome.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Because I saw you had a look on your face like you wanted to say something.
Yeah, like I didn't know like what was happening.
You had this look like I gotta say something.
All of a sudden it was like
you're like he's lost it.
Did you see? I didn't want to bring it up on the show, but did you see like Ryan Teach posted in the Lizards for like Princess? Like they had this weird thing about like you'll have certain times and like certain groups, like not like more specific than a Corral assignment almost.
I didn't see
for
that.
Princess. It was really interesting, like the verbiage they had for it. It was almost like one group will start at 5:30, one group will start at 6, one group will start at 6:30. Like you almost have like a specific time.
I don't know if I don't know that I'm signing up for Princess.
Yeah,
I decide.
It's a lot more dough.
I know
It's killing me. I didn't think I'd get into marathon and wine and dine so easily.
I know, dude. That's the thing is like I really don't want to do wine and dine. Like I got all caught up in the hype. I'd rather do Princess, but I can't really do 3 in a row.
I know.
Then
I almost wish like you could defer it, right?
I know. I wish I could take wine and dine and push it to Princess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll have to see because now
if wine and dine even happens.
I know
I shouldn't say that.
I mean,
I didn't say that.
Dude, Chicago Marathon, that's in 60 days. But I mean, they did have Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
But like, if you're not vaccinated, you come from Missouri, you got to like quarantine for 14 days.
Yeah.
Which I'm vaccinated, so it doesn't matter. But I'm just saying, like, we'll see.
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, I say that again. But
mm-hmm.
I don't want to sign up and then be like, I gotta ask before I sign up.
Oh yeah, I know. Because I already booked a room, man. I have 4 flights, 4 room reservations right now. Like it is outrageous.
I haven't booked any flights. I mean, I got a really good deal on the flights this week.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're going down, all 3 of us round trip for 7 something.
Nice
on Southwest. So I do, but you said the price were super high for the 50th. I gotta get.
No, they weren't too bad. I got mine a little while ago. It's just gonna be me and Elizabeth for that one because Emily has a home game, so can't miss marching band.
No,
dude, plus, dude, there's gonna be nothing going. I mean, she would be miserable. I think that day,
yeah,
like it's just gonna be waiting for a fireworks show.
I agree. Same. Yeah, that's why I'm glad I'm going solo. That way, I don't feel guilty.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks a lot, dude. I appreciate it, and I will text you.
Yeah, I'm gonna run the Target. My Target order's ready. That's what I do when I'm alone. I mobile order stuff on Target.
I need to go to Walmart. I want to get that Trapper Keeper.
Yeah.